Welcome to Beyond the Press channel.
Hi,
I'm Lauri.
I'm Hanna.
And this is our new 300-ton press. And here we have 400 liters of hydraulic oil.
Yeah.
And today's mission is to pump this to the press and make some tools. And Hanna, what kind of pump we have?
We have this hand pump, so it's going to be like quite a big job to do.
Yeah, it's some pumping, but we are too lazy to get better pump. At least we are going to try with the hand pump. I think it's quite reasonable.
Yeah, of course. We are very good at doing hand jobs.
I think we are going to start by making tools. Okay, we have a big clump of steel on the yard, and it's going to be interesting to get it in. And there is slight chance of making hole to the wall, so Timo is going to drive the forklift. So if anything goes to shit, Timo can't blame anybody else. It's Timo's own fault. And this is the best upgrade that you can make for your forklift. You are going to see it soon. You can also hook this to the trailer and move them around. And I calculated this weighs 1 ton.
Not much at all.
And now we are going to go far away.
Here it comes.
It's always interesting how well you can get this on the center. I think it's pretty good here.
It's quite
What you would say? Comment down below, left or right. Is it on the center? We are going to see it soon. Pretty good.
Pretty good. Oh. Wasn't scary at all.
This is a Finnish alcohol meter. You have to blow on this to the at the workshop.
Okay.
Now it shows like 10 promille.
Yes,
Okay, let's try.
Yeah, it's going up.
Oh, and Timo was driving.
Ehkä kun vähän pari astetta, ehkä puoli astetta noussut. I'm not sure if Timo qualified to drive the forklift.
Yeah, not anymore.
more alcohol.
This is like I'm trying to get it in. Does it look familiar?
No need for hand job. We need this machine job.
Then we need just to decide how much we're going to take. Then we have this, I'm not sure if this Timo's idea, but we have had this forever. We have color-coded steel. Red means regular steel and yellow means high-strength steel. This is 50 what is the, I don't remember, 52, like basic steel, that's red. So I'm going to like mark it more. There is small amount on the head, there, the tip is red. So, but we are going to saw it now away, so I have to put more of this, so we know in the future also what the fuck is this. I want to do 3 tools. One is the size of this, and that is going to have this attachment part, and then let's say 80 millimeters of tool, because I want to have some room to cut away. When it gets dented, I'm going to always cut like 1 millimeter away, yeah. And let's make 800. Let's make 80 millimeters of that and 80 millimeters of that, so that's 160 millimeters. Then I want to make like tool which is a bit like this, but shorter, and we're going to crush with this end for like harder items. And then we want to make one big ass tool, and that's going to be like this diameter, and then we're going to weld like big end on that for like huge things. So we have to cut 3 parts of this. And I haven't used the saw lately, so the coolant might be dried out because there's water and it's a large tank. The water goes away, so you have to keep adding water. So let's see is it dry or does something come out. Yeah, looks good. I think I'm going to still add some because it might run out. And you can adjust the pressure and speed here. And I think, yeah, that's good speed and pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, first piece is cut. And now we have the problem that this end is getting shorter because we are cutting pieces away. So now if we open that, it's going to go like this. So I'm going to put this here to hold that end. Like that. And then I'm going to keep this here also, because that's on hydraulics. It's not perfect. So I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to just move this to this direction so we can keep cutting from there. Maybe here is going to be our final destination. And I can put this to be tight. Yes, and most important thing with stuff like this, don't go under and be ready to run. There is surprisingly much on even like cutting steel when it's large enough. I think this is way more interesting than the finishing up the pieces on the lathe. You have seen the lathe so many times, but we haven't cut these large pieces before in the videos. Holy shit, these are heavy. Okay, I'm going to think about things. Next we are going to cut the piece that we are going to weld to something like this. Not this because this is cast iron, you cannot weld this. But I want to like see how it's going to look. Does it look like good? Because it's visual thing to make these videos. I think that looks pretty goddamn good. What do you think?
Yeah.
You can crush quite large items with this. What would be the first thing to crush with this? I say like old typewriter. That would.
Oh, yeah.
That would go nicely, or old phone, or even like gaming console.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is great. And now we are going to.
It's huge.
How much we need here, because the piston is here and that's there. How much we should put on between them? I'm going to get the old rusty part from there. Holy shit.
Ooh.
I just realized that we are going to become so strong. We're going to be the strongest YouTubers. Do you want to hear the funny thing about the bunker? They have mine fucked up slightly.
Really?
Because, yeah, we definitely have fucked up. Because there is no roof. As is to know, there is a roof on the bunker.
But?
So guess how easy it's going to use the crane through the roof. I think we have to make a like hatch,
Yeah.
like here opening, that we can open and then lower in the tools. Because if this is going to be like that,
If that's the tool,
If that's-
nobody's going to move that around. Like,
yeah, I'm going to, hey Anna, can you bring in the big tool ready for the next crush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could take a while.
This is also one reason why we went with the 300 tons. If this would be like 600 tons, it would be again double. And like look at this. This is already quite serious task to make the tools. So
This is good for now.
this is good. I think this is the perfect size. I have to remove so much material that I'm going to use medium-sized lathe. Also, Timo has something on the smaller lathe. So I'm going to use this. And these are a bit awkward to load there by hand. So I'm using this super sketchy magnet to lift. I think this is for 250 kilos and this is maybe 30 kilos. So there's like quite a lot of marginal, but never trust these anyways. Especially stuff like this where you are bumping up against things with your stuff all the time, it might drop. So these are a bit sketchy. This is like when you are too lazy to do it safely, then you can use this. Lifting up the concrete walls were really challenging, so I didn't like waste any energy on filming that. I just wanted to make sure that it's done safely, so I want to keep my full concentration on the just getting it done. And luckily we had the forklift and the crane, but the walls were really tall and that made it really tricky to get them up. The crane was just tall enough. And yeah, it took the whole day to get just 2 walls there. Mainly the one that is next to the workshop wall itself was really tricky. But now they are there and they are going to be welded together. And then I'm going to also bolt them to the roof and the floor. Our goal for today was 3 falls. We got 2 walls.
Not bad. Not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. This the first one. It was worth of 4 regular walls, and this was 2. So in total we put 6. Today is also the day when we are going to clean up the work site.
Ooh.
I think it would be perfect. I think there is like profession of people that clean up work sites. Have you, Hanna, heard about those people?
I have heard. They are quite rare.
I think we need one of those. Does this look like familiar?
Yeah, yeah, it started to look very familiar for me. Oh,
This is also good design by accident. I thought that of course we are going to have door, and then I just looked what is the most popular door size, and I made it this. Actually, it's like now a bit shorter. It used to be taller, but it would be too hard to make, so it's now a bit shallower. But it's so wide that we can push with these things through the door, which is nice. Okay, and easiest place to fill this is through the like oil filter hole. And now we need to open this somehow and get the pump. I have no idea how this works. This is actually much nicer, the pump, than I remembered. This is designed for this. Okay, I set the time. Let's set the time. Yes. You can hold the hose and I do the pumping.
Okay.
That's good traditional. And it took 10 minutes per barrel to pump it by hand, and the oil cost was about 1,300 euros. Okay, all the electric wires are now connected. I'm tightening the hoses. It's a bit tight, so I made this special tool. But now when I first do this, I'm not sure how tight this should be. I think tight. It's tight. I think that's enough. I checked that they are right. So this is P. It's this side. Yeah, the P from the valve goes to return side of the cylinder and A for the crush side. Now here is room for this. But, this is what I have gone for the trade school. Yes, I'm mechanic by trade, so this is like my. Finally, I can say that don't try this at home. I'm professional. Not only I get paid to do this, I have also gone for the school. Yes. If they leak, then we can make them tighter, but I think they're not going to leak. Is this the same size here? No, this is a bit smaller. I'm not sure what this is. It's just hole down in there.
Oh,
I think that, yeah, they changed the layout on some point and they had just extra hole there, but it doesn't go anywhere or do anything. I just plugged it with that. Now we're going to turn it on. And I'm not sure, because with the 3-phase motors there isn't any standard on the phases, so you have 50% chance that it spins on the right direction and 50% chance that it goes to the wrong direction. And no way to find out either than just trying. So somebody's going to be here, check where it spins, and somebody's there like just giving a like just tiny amount. It's not going to break if it runs on the wrong direction, it just doesn't do anything. I think if you run it a long time on wrong direction, then the pump doesn't have lubrication, it's going to destroy itself. But it's like run like 5 minutes like that or something like that, so it's not like super tricky thing. We have already scratched this. Okay, here it goes. It needs 22 kilowatts of power, so 32 amp socket is just enough. And I have one just here. Okay, do you, Hanna, wanna go
I go and
have a look on the motor? Ei tapahdu mitään. Mikähän nyt on? Jossain on nyt vika. I was already worried that this doesn't run, but there is the main power switch behind here. We didn't use it on the factory, so it wasn't on. Me Hanna pitää hystää mihin suuntaan pyörii. Tosi hyvä. Safety switch. I think it's once that I tested safety. I'm not sure is there more. Hei! Täällä nämä polkimet on täällä ylhäällä. Yeah, now it works. We had couple problems. Actually, we had only one problem. The hydraulic unit is so large and powerful that it's just on the borderline for 32 amp fuses. And at the factory, the press factory, the fuses were a bit slower and they worked. But here, when you start this on, the fuse goes off right away. But I just changed it to 64 amp socket because that's the thing you do. Of course you have 64 amp 400 volt socket at your place, so now it works. I had to do a little bit more research or ask from ChatGPT, and I also got some comments on my personal TikTok account about fuses. Thanks for the help, everybody. And turns out that your typical fuses, 32 amp fuses, they are model C. And if you have huge electric motor that takes a lot of current when you start it up to magnetize itself, then you need special type of fuse, that's type D, and that doesn't trigger so easily from the startup current. So I need to change that to my wall outlet. And it was also 63 amp socket that I'm now using for the machine, but I checked and there is also fuses inside of the machine itself. So it's also safe to use the 63 amp socket for the machine, because the machine's own fuses are going to limit it to 32 amps if something goes wrong with the motor or something, and the 63 amp socket is basically just for the extension cord from the wall to the machine, so it's safe as it's now, but it's like the smaller socket is on the better place on my workshop, so I'm going to use that after I got the fuses changed there. But yeah, the machine is now basically running. Almost all of the walls are up. I'm going to lift the rest of the walls this week, and then we are going to make the windows and the door. I already ordered bulletproof windows. They are rated for 308 caliber rifle rounds, so they surely can take anything that the press can throw. And then I'm going to probably make the door and the roof from Hardock steel. It's the same stuff as AR500 steel on the States, just different brand name. And then we need lights, sound things, and like all kinds of stuff. And this isn't cheap project. I think even without any work, this is going to be like 20,000 euros on the bunker itself. But I think it's worth of the investment, because we can do so stupid things that we need just like 2 or 3 really viral videos and we got our money back. So this is great project. I'm so hyped about continuing this. Yeah, and that is all for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.